Aloha and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about endpoint hardening. We're going to be looking at software updates, patch management, and operating system vulnerabilities. So the first thing we're going to talk about is software updates. We're going to talk about the different types first. So within the software updates, we've got software patches or patches, hot fixes. Some people call these quick fix engineering updates or QFEs, QFE updates. We also have service packs. So these different things, they're going to fix some of the security vulnerabilities. They can fix errors, they can add features, they can improve performance and functionality. So among these three types, we've got the software patch. That's a set of code changes to a program to update, improve, or fix the program. So patching is the process of applying these software patches to ensure a program's continuous improvement in functionality, performance, security, or usability. So we also have hot fixes. Hot fixes, as I mentioned, they're called quick fix engineering updates or QFE updates. These are software updates that come out to fix usually a recently discovered problem, like a security vulnerability. It'll come out. It's a hot fix because it's meant to fix it right now. Just get it, tidied over, fixed until you can apply a more comprehensive fix to in the future. But when they discover security vulnerabilities, it's really important to rectify that as soon as you can. So a hot fix is usually made available soon after it's discovered. They may not be complete or comprehensive, but it's enough to plug the hole. So they'll get a hot fix out, and then they'll usually in a later update, they'll have a more comprehensive solution to it, maybe some added functionality or other changes. But a hot fix is meant as one of those temporary measures until they can get the new full release of the software out. And then you've got a service pack. And service packs, uh, anybody that's used Microsoft for a long time, especially Windows, they'll know about service packs. I remember the old days when we were installing, I won't mention the operating system number, but we had service pack 1, 2, 3. And a service pack is a roll up of a bunch of software patches and hot fixes into a single package so that when you go and you install something, let's say I was to go in and install, let's say Windows 2000 from a million years ago, and I wanted to go ahead and put in the latest version of that. I would have to go and find Windows 2000 and then apply the latest service pack. And the service pack hopefully would incorporate so many of the hundreds and hundreds of patches and hot fixes that have come out over the years. So that'll get me hopefully up to speed. But the purpose of this is to roll everything up into one big update so that you're not having to apply patches one by one. Because if you were doing that, you'd have to go through hundreds of different ones. You'd have to restart your computer, after every so many of them, and then you're going to have to, after you boot up again, then you have to continue with the update process. So the idea of a service pack is you're going to take care of that in one shot. You're just going to go ahead, install this after you've gotten your base operating system up. You apply the latest service patch, and that gets you up to date. So that's the purpose of this. Then we talk about patch management. So within patch management, that's the process of distributing and applying software updates. There's different ways of doing this. One way is through an auto update feature. If you look in Windows, you've got, and even in Linux, you've got options to go in there. And hold on, I don't want to speak badly of Mac, but I believe in Mac too. You can also set things to update your operating system automatically, apply patches as they become available. And you would go in and set your auto update to, usually there's a toggle button to turn that on. You turn that on, and then it will try to, install that when possible. You can also set it to, if you're using like meter connections to, download the updates when you're not, on a meter connection, or you can have it, install at night or certain times of the day. So you do have some flexibility in your auto updates, but the auto update, the purpose of it is to always keep your operating system as updated as possible, so there's no manual intervention necessary. Also, we talk about third-party software. Third-party software is any software that is not included with the operating system It's not made by the operating system, manufacturers or whatever. So you'll have third-party updates to software from time to time. So like on the system that I'm using right now, I may have Microsoft Office on it. They produce updates, so I need to put in these third-party updates from time to time. Usually I'll get some kind of a notification if I don't have it set to auto update. So these are things that you need to keep in mind too when you're taking care of your system. Keep that operating system up to date, keep all your software up to date. Then we talk about operating system vulnerabilities. So an operating system has a lot of inherent they have a lot of possible security flaws that are in there, and we're concerned about when these flaws will impact our CIA of IT, which is the confidentiality, the integrity, and the availability of data and resources. So, what are these vulnerabilities? Vulnerabilities, we've talked about a lot of these before. They could be buffer overloads, privilege escalations, unpatched security flaws, configuration errors, and they can often be triggered by unauthorized data inputs, improper access controls, exploitation of outdated system components. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So we need to look through our systems and kind of take a look at what kind of vulnerabilities we have. So when it comes to your your systems can one of the vulnerabilities with systems is you can have privilege escalation, arbitrary code execution, system compromise. For memory, you can have arbitrary, one of the vulnerabilities that you have associated with the arbitrary code execution, unauthorized access, memory corruption. For network vulnerabilities, you could have network compromise, unauthorized access, protocol manipulation. For configuration vulnerabilities, you could have unauthorized access or privilege escalation. And with your authentication vulnerabilities, you can have privilege escalation, unauthorized access, and credential exposure. So you have to be careful about these things when you're setting up your systems and when you're maintaining them. Also, there's one other thing to keep in mind. There can be malicious software updates out there. People can try to get you to install software under the guise that it's some kind of an update to something you have. You can get phishing emails from, let's say you use Adobe Photoshop, and you get an email saying, hey, click here to update to the latest version of Adobe Photoshop. You click on it, and it tries installing software that is actually infected with some type of malware. So be careful of these things. Only download from trusted sources when you're going to, I normally don't click on anything that comes to me in email in terms of, updating software. I just go to the website and check there, or often from the software itself, you can go into one of the sections and find an update feature, and you can click on it and it'll check to see if there's any updates for the system. So that's a better way to do your updates that way. So that's it for this section. To recap, we went over software updates for hardening your system. We've got software patches that add maybe some functionality or fix things. We've got hot fixes, which are temporary fixes until a more robust fix can be put out there. And we have service packs, which roll up a bunch of fixes so that when you're installing an operating system for the first time, it's let's say it's already been out for a while, you can get all of the updates and everything, so you can install it in one shot instead of having to do multiple installations with multiple resets of the system. We also talked about patch management, the process of of managing the patches, setting auto update to automatically update your operating system with the latest, greatest. And then we talk about third-party software being software that's not, it doesn't come with your system, or it could come with your system, but it's not manufactured by the maker. So this is software that you usually add afterwards. Make sure that you have the latest version of these third-party software. Make sure you have the latest updates, because that can lead to vulnerabilities as well. And we also talked about operating system vulnerabilities. What kind of things are out there that will compromise our CIA, and that comes down to system memory, network configuration, and authentication. vulnerabilities, and we talked about the impacts they can have. The book lists some examples of each of these as well. And last but not least, we talked about the malicious software updates. That's going to be where you've got phishing. Usually, it's a phishing email. They're trying to get you to install an update to a piece of software you may or may not have. And yeah, so don't click on those links. Go verify it from their actual manufacturer page, and you can download your updates from there most likely. So anyway, that's it for this section. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help. Aloha.